is Jamie, and I'm a self-taught psychic medium, pet intuitive, and intuitive coach. And my purpose in this podcast is to help you feel more connected, at peace, living a life that has you feeling fulfilled in all directions, and to uplift you and bring whatever relevant information that I can, because doing psychic readings on the daily, I encounter a lot of stuff and we're all going through similar situations. So thank you so much for listening. I hope you enjoy. Hi everyone. So this episode was William and I, we decided to connect with Lorraine Warren, who in her life with her husband, Ed Warren, did a lot of paranormal investigations, and she's a psychic medium, and her husband kind of specialized as, he wrote like Demon Hunter. And if you've ever seen movies like The Conjuring, they inspired a lot of horror movies. And after I had watched this movie doing psychic work, the way that they kind of portrayed the afterlife and the in-between, or whatever you want to call it, how things look, how things are, it's very, very accurate. And after doing my research, which I was very excited to do after connecting with her because I didn't want to know anything, they had her permission on majority of everything, and contacted her daily when they were writing this film and different films on her opinion and what was going on, and the right things to say and kind of do when doing kind of ghost hunting, house clearing, different kind of stuff. So this is just us, with all the respect in the world, connecting to her, and I hope you enjoy. All right, spirit guides, spirit team, I'm asking what comes through is clear and accurate, healing received with love. As we approach the spirit world, we're protected by love and light. And if Lorraine Warren isn't too busy, we'd love it if she would come and talk with us. All right. So I feel like it was stronger energy when I was connecting with her at your house. For me, kind of over here. So to make this make sense and to make this really strong, intense energy as well, I'm going to bring her into both of our rooms. And what?
I already kind of felt like she was in my room. I kind of feel her in this section.
Okay, cool. She's nice. She's happy. She's good. She's got super Dolores Cannon vibes. Just like her energy. I thought that she was a little bit younger, but it feels like she's older now, and kind of like 50s, 60s. And she feels like she's the kind of person that she doesn't really care about dyeing her hair or really like looking nice. It feels that when she was doing whatever she was doing in her life, it was just, throw some lipstick on and she's fine. So here's what I know about her, that she's been in spirit for a couple of years, and she had a lot to do with the Insidious movies. She did ghost hunting and stuff with her husband. And when I connected with her, with you, that instead of the whole ghost side demon stuff like they kind of portray in the movies, it feels like she was a lot more of the, just like the lightness of, yeah, that's nice that there's cameras recording, but let's get to business and actually do this healing and this clearing for this house. She really cared about people, but she also cared about like the things and the entities that they didn't get stuck, which is interesting because I don't know a whole lot about that, about things being stuck on the other side and stuff. It feels like she's like, oh yeah, definitely. When there's, what's the word that she just said? A haunting, shit. It's just an interesting, smart word, like superstitious, when there's energy, when there's exorcisms, when there's supernatural. It's a word like that. You know what word I'm thinking of? When there's It was just like a word that she used. Maybe it'll come back to me. When there's this kind of energy going on, that definitely means that something's on the other side, because they're a little bit with us and a little bit there, and they're stuck in the middle in this veil. And until someone on either side like lifts this veil, or points them in the right direction, then nothing really happens, nothing really changes. And I don't know if you know this, but it feels like a lot of her work was, yeah, I'll direct them to go over here, but it's almost like she didn't really poke around with the haunt, the scariness, the dark side of stuff. It feels like that was more of her husband. Um, it was almost like she was just in her own little world of, you do whatever you got to do on this side, on your side of things, and she was just, the peacekeeper of getting everyone where they need to go and making sure like the humans, people, felt safe and okay in their home.
Mhm.
um what kind of questions do we maybe have for her, or I'll just keep asking her whatever I kind of think about?
How does she feel about this live? I mean, Zoom reading about her.
Okay, good question. um She's okay. I don't know if she did do interviews, but it feels like it's no different than what she was doing when she was living. People were always kind of excited to talk to her, to pick her brain, to learn a little bit more. She is more than happy to kind of like come sit here, be with us. Um, she's saying like it's just another day. It's perfectly fine. There's no disrespect. There's no you I was kind of feeling, oh, I'm such like, you know, who are we to kind of connect with her? She's fine. She'll talk to whoever about anything. And I don't know about her having grandkids, but it feels like even for grandkids and younger, that she would say, let me tell you a story. Let me tell you where I got this scar from. That she was just super open, super honest, and talk the same as she did with a, grown up amazing person, she did with a normal person, and she did with, a little kind of child. So she feels fine. She is a little bit more of, let's get down to business and talk about the important stuff, what kind of matters, instead of interviewing kind of her. The reason that is because it feels that through her experiences and stuff, there's a lot that she learned. There's a lot that she would like people to know. I think I already asked you if she wrote books. It feels like she's making reference to writing books. Of she wishes that people would read her books instead of just watching, scary movies, and kind of learning from that, because it feels that the theatrics of things, they added and cut and did a whole lot of things that she wasn't upset or mad about, but she wishes that it was more kind of educational than it was, a scare factor kind of thing. Things that she wants it to be more educational about is, this happens all the time to people when things go like push in the night. And she really wishes that everyone had like a toolkit or something, how to handle that, how to do that, how to not get scared, how to know that there's no harm that could be done, and it's not kind of doom and gloom in the end of their days, is what she said. So it feels that what she's alluding to is there's a lot of talk about when there's a haunting or something, the stuff is not trying to haunt and attack the person. It's mostly the space, it's mostly the energy, it's mostly them like sharing the space and the energy. And it's like, if she wants anyone to know anything, she wants them to know that they are not being haunted because of something that they did wrong or that they did bad, just because she doesn't want people living their life in fear. And um, I'm kind of like asking her why that happens, why people's like haunted places and houses get haunted, or all that activity and stuff. And it feels like she's saying that it's unsettled, unfinished, unsomething business, um, for the other side. And then it's usually nothing to do with other people. So what she's showing me now is, when we would think, oh, they're mad that you took down the wall, they're mad that you did this. She's saying no, because on the other side, where these things are, their house is the way that it's always been, and it's going to kind of stay that way. So I can explain that a little bit more. You know, when they turn a psychiatric center into like something else,
The
and
same.
people, you cut out a little bit. What'd you say?
It's going to be the same way looking to them. Even though you're messing the house up, they're going to see the same thing that they did before they died.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. So she just, it just feels like that's why hauntings happen. It's nothing personal for the people. Like they did something wrong, changed something. It's more internal for these people. And so that's why she wants to help the people in spirit and stuff on the other side, to like turn them around, because it feels that as time goes on, like they just get more confused and more confused and more confused. And the good news is a lot of the time, these things, these entities, they don't even see, acknowledge, or care about like living people most of the time. They're just trying to act out this stuff, but it act out their whatever kind of story, their replay that they got going on of like walking up and down the stairs and up and down the stairs because they're in this state of confusion. And it's not to like, scare people or haunt people. Um, but they don't realize the spirits, the entities, they don't realize that they're using like our energy to like be stronger or to be able to do stuff. And she's kind of saying that if we were to pretend we didn't hear anything, pretend that nothing's going to go kind of going on, that energy is going to like lessen down of, not going to be big, scary, violent, angry house if no one really cares about what's going on. She's very much kind of like me, like team spirit side of let's help like the things find out what they need to, I don't know, find out for healing and stuff. Um, so I'm just asking her, not the elephant in the room, but what we wanted to do a year ago of do this kind of stuff for ourselves. Because I like her perspective. It sounds so scary and dangerous of like, what do we know? What would we be getting ourselves into? But I think that you and I, yeah,
I kind of feel like she's saying we're not ready.
I felt that a lot more people are capable of doing this, because she's saying like you always need a psychic medium. When you can see and feel both sides, like what to do and what not to do. So a lot of people kind of are qualified and are ready if they're able to like sense what's going on the other side. And for you too as well, you would know, oh, we're not going to move this figurine that's over here because it's over here for a reason.
Well, I'm
But
not ready because we can't even go outside of a car at a graveyard without getting scared.
okay, you're going to get us in trouble.
Again.
You're going to get us in trouble for, we were saying like, we're not being disrespectful for anything. So you want to tell everyone what we did over the weekend?
Yeah, I had a little party. Took some videos and pictures. Went to a graveyard at night, and I was picking with my best friend Jamie, like friends do, like they pick and scare each other. And I just was trying to lock the car door, and I kept scaring you. And next thing you know, the video got banned.
Yeah, we were just playing like Truth or Dare in the parking lot of the graveyard, and we thought it would be fun. It was just on our list of fun things to do. There was no harm, no done.
She's still alive.
Yeah, we made it. From Lorraine, she's more of, you can't do that all the time, but it's really okay. Feels like she's saying that there are things there that could have potentially wanted to and came home with us, but it wouldn't have been really hard to get rid of it. So that's interesting. Remember that it rained and we kind of, said like, ooh, let's cleanse in the rain.
Yeah.
I took that serious of that's a real good idea. Of after we came home from the graveyard, it was pouring. So we like just stood under the rain.
Like I felt a little bit of weight carrying on me, but then when I got that rain and we set the intention and I went barefooted, it was just it just felt good. I felt like I've never felt rain before. Like it just felt so clean. Like it just felt so refreshing. Like I felt like a new me after. I was in a
Mhm.
better mood afterwards.
Yeah. She was telling me that when people do get like hauntings or attacked or attachments, probably a better word, that it's not that they want to do like dark, evil, scary, bad things, but like their vibration is a little bit more of like there's something like dragging you down.
Mm.
I think that's more common than I thought. I think that's more common than most of us think. If we were to be real and just like get statistic kind of numbers from her, it's like 1 in 10 people have some kind of entity or thing just attached to them, just bringing them down a little bit of same way that someone could give you like their road rage, bad energy,
Mm.
whatever. um so that's interesting. And if someone does feel, I guess, like, oh, I'm not myself, or I don't know what's going on, or I just feel off, that doing some kind of water cleansing would be great. And really working with like the archangel kind of energies of, what we say, those little intention prayer things of I'm clearing my energy, I'm visualizing nothing but good, white, clear, clean light through my vessel. And she's really into all of that kind of stuff of not like carrying crystals around, but whatever you think or she thought or anyone told her that this is blessed, this is good, she's into that. Um, just like little treasures and protection stuff from people. It's got a lot more meaning than most people know. Same with saying like prayers and stuff.
Mm.
Um, let's see
Right.
more stuff that we don't know. Yeah. What'd you say?
I know she carried those like beads wrapped around her hand.
Ooh, like rosaries.
You
What kind of questions can you think of?
Okay, I've heard your saying of like my abilities and like what I've got. I want to hear Lorraine's perspective and how she feels about me.
Mm-hmm. She's showing me that you're very, very powerful and you're able to like hold a lot in your heart, transmute a lot in your heart of people, things, situations, kind of how you give them second chances, but it's almost like in my eyes, in William's eyes, you're good, you're cleared, you're cleansed. I believe in you. You like take bad things from people, almost like Jesus, but not. That's just a funny joke. You take like bad things and you make it light. You make it okay. You make people feel better, but you don't know that you're really, really internalizing that. Um, I think in past lives and stuff, when she's saying that, just so you know, and I don't forget, it does remind me of like pastor kind of stuff of let me help you, um, feel better, get better, know that you're not a bad person, you're not a bad human being.
After tell me I was a what is it that they hear the word of God? They I can't remember the wording of it. He says a prophet. He told me I was a prophet. I was part of a prophet.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. She's kind of saying like, yes, different words for different things, same thing though. Um, and then obviously not saying too much of your personal business. You're okay with feeling real down in the dumps because of your life and what you've been through. And that it's something that you can kind of carry more than others, but you shouldn't be carrying things like that. Just like bad feelings of just like, I feel yuck today, but that's okay. I'm just going to feel yuck because I'm a yuck person. They're not, but sometimes we in the past have gone back to that thinking.
I don't know if it's my eyes, but I just see Lorraine Warren in you. Like you're like Lorraine Warren, like the hair, just the forehead, just the how you're acting and how you're discussing and how you're talking. I just feel like she's in you a little bit. Like she's
Mm,
not just talking to you, but like she's coming through you.
could be, if I would get out of my head enough, that's just the same thing as channeling. And it's, same thing in readings, how people say like, oh my God, you talk like them, you sound like them, things like that.
I mean, like you're
Um,
like her. Like it just for some reason, I don't know.
yeah, probably. And that's probably a little bit of your power, your ability to be able to like see that a little bit of, not that I'm shape shifting or anything, but like, oh, I see something's different.
I feel like it's not Jamie talking to me, it's Lorraine. Just
Um,
my third eye. I don't know.
yeah, probably a little bit of both, but not a whole lot because
No.
I'm a little too scared for that. Um, so back to your abilities, there's a whole lot of stuff like in your heart where that's your main ability. Don't let your third eye, mind's eye, kind of make you feel upset or sad that you can't see all this stuff because you can feel it and you know that things are there when they're there. Um, don't let anyone kind of like dull your shine, make you feel stupid, make you feel ignored. If they are ignoring you, then just kind of ignore them. And um, she's showing me like all of these things that used to be in your house. We've never talked about this, but when you told me about your uncle passing away, was he like in a barn place? Where there was like, it almost looks like a horse stable or something turned into like garage to me, where there was like dirt and stuff on the floor. Was there somewhere that he hung out all the time that you felt like dark energy around? Or would you say that what?
Man cave.
Oh, was it
He,
like outdoor?
he bought a shed from somebody that built it for him. And it looked just like a barn. It had like the X's on the door, but it was like gray and white. He painted it white and gray. And he had like a TV in there. He had like he put a refrigerator in there and like not a computer, but like he built his own bed frame and he had guns underneath his bed frame and his mattress laid on it. And he had like pictures and stuff in there. So yeah, and like a little couch.
Did you get in trouble for like being in there? Like, get out of here? Because it feels that you felt that there was like dark stuff and you wanted to help him of like, hey, do you need anything? Can I help you? Can I bring you anything? Can I bring you a beer? Didn't you tell me that once? Because you just felt like you shouldn't be in here. You don't need to be in here. There's bad stuff in here. There's things that's making you unhappy. And you wanted to like pull him from that, but you got in trouble for it because you were like a kid. So what she's
But like,
showing me just
and then I felt like there was something wrong with him, like something was going to happen.
um I'm listening to you. Did he drink a lot, have like a lot of like beer cans, when someone like sleeps like in the beer cans and you hear like clink, 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 clink. But were they like aluminum cans?
They were aluminum cans. They were like those Bud Light, and he had them in bags because he would recycle them.
Mm-hmm. I don't know why I asked you that. It just felt like I could hear and see that that kind of stuff wasn't helping him. Not so much like alcohol, but he wasn't doing anything to like make himself kind of feel better. Um, all right, I just saw something behind me. It's my shadow though. It's the shadow of the chair. It was like, uh-oh. It's the shadow of the chair, right? Didn't you see it?
Yeah, right over there.
Okay. Oh, it's my head. All right. Okay. I was like, Lorraine, who'd you bring with you? So think of there's more instances like that where you just want to check on people and make sure you're okay, like how you wanted to check on your mom and stuff. Like, are you okay? Are you okay? Because you can just like feel things when you were younger. And then I feel like now because it's out of habit. So when you were younger, you wanted to just like check on everyone. And now it's just habit of like, let me check on you.
Yeah, well, my mom and my aunt used to fight, the twin sisters, so they used to fight. And I would always go to my mom first or my aunt first. And well, I always went to my aunt because she had the anger issues and I know how to calm her down. And then I'd make sure she was fine. And then I would go to mom and then fix mom up and make sure she was fine and then bring them all together again.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Lorraine is all for like helping kids understand, and it feels that when we're younger, there's all these like entities and energies that can attach to us, and we don't understand what's going on. Grown-ups don't understand what's going on, but like the kids get in trouble for it, of like acting out, doing stuff like that. So I don't know if that's true. If you know anything about that, it feels that like her first question for anyone, it would be like, are there kids in the house? Like, do you have kids? Can I talk to them? Can I speak with them? Can I see them?
Yeah.
Mm. So does that make you feel warm and fuzzy and happy and good about yourself? Or do you have more questions about that?
Yeah. I want to know what that thing in my house when I was a kid that kept waking me up all the time.
Mm.
I know it had to be part of my dad. My dad was carrying some stuff.
Something connected to your dad is what I was seeing, but also, did you ever see it or like remember that feeling that you get from it? Did it feel like it had a bunch of different arms?
Just
And
form. It could do anything that would scare a little child. Like, okay, if I was scared of like spiders, it would have 6 legs and crawl on a wall, or this. If it was had a red face, if I was scared of people that had masks that had red faces, it would transform into that. Sharp teeth, sharp teeth. Okay, it just transformed.
I can also hear like what sounds like gurgling, like
Like,
did it make
right.
sounds like
And like scraping, you could hear scraping, scratching. It was more
that?
like more dark shadows than normal.
I think it was the thing that was connected to your dad that your dad had for forever, like probably from like his dad. I don't know if you know anything about that grandfather, great grandfather stuff. Feels like it's, same thing, just like passed down a little bit. Not like a passed down demon, but um kind of like that, I guess. Was your grandfather not the best person in the world as well? Okay. Um It even looks like it's something, you know what a gas mask is? Like where it's got that kind of thing. Like that's what it looks like to me. Um, I'm so
Enough,
clueless. I was like, do you have a brother?
enough about what you're seeing, Jamie. I want to know about what Lorraine is seeing. Your subject. This is Lorraine's time, not yours.
So your
Okay.
question was, let Lorraine tell us about what you experienced or saw when you were younger. So this thing was never like after you or wanted you or anything like that. You just saw it, and so you kept like making it not alive, but not come to life, but alive in people's minds of, oh, what's he seeing, what's kind of going on. She's saying like kids tend to be like the whistleblowers that don't mean to make it worse, but they make it worse because then the parents start to see stuff, but the kids get in trouble for that, of like are to blame, of like you started this, like subconsciously, I guess. um I don't know if I want to say that.
Go ahead.
Feels like that happens to a lot of kids, that there's a lot of things that they see and can see, and it's only if there's like an unhappy house environment that it actually becomes a problem or a thing. She's saying similar to a household, for Halloween, everyone's going to be watching Halloween movies, but which household's going to like keep watching Halloween movies, get mad from like the Halloween scary, spooky stuff, and like just snowball into unhappy kind of house. The kids are exposed to a lot of things, but if they feel, believe, know that they're safe, then these things aren't going to have anywhere to go.
And I 100% agree because I was a rape victim from my father. So
Mm-hmm. Oh. feel like she was blessing you during something. Do you know if she was religious? Felt
She
like
was,
she licked her thumb, did like a cross in her forehead.
she would have her little beads.
Yeah. She's going like this to your head too, backward.
Mm-hmm.
And she's like closing her eyes, and she's just blessing you. She's saying just like a quick little prayer thing. It sounds like this. You know, when someone's like moving their mouth, but you can't hear it, but you can hear them like moving their mouth.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Felt like what she was doing was getting a lot of that memories gone. There's a lot of subconscious stuff that you've blocked out. And I don't know if you have nightmares of the same things, of just like dark, scary, gooey stuff, but it feels like she's getting rid of that. Like you don't need that anymore. You don't need to be carrying that memory. So what else do you want to know or talk about with her?
I'll talk to her later.
Yeah, you okay? She's very sweet, mothering, loving person who just wants to help everybody. She was like willing to talk to anybody. Let me see what kind of questions I have. I'm going to ask her like advice for me, advice for you, advice for us. It feels like advice from her to me is to find my own truths and through my own experiences, like do my own kind of learning and digging. Keep my mindset that, you know, nothing's really wrong, nothing's really bad. And she's saying like, hold my light, dear. Oh, she's showing me like my tattoo. The story behind my tattoo was I was trying to connect to my guides, and they showed me like, whew, like I'm a big, 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 bright, bright, bright light. She's showing me the same thing of that's true. Keep kind of growing that, keep remembering that, keep feeling that. And that I can like, I don't know, banish darkness or whatever, wherever, whether that's like a in the form of a person or a not a person.
Attacked by it.
What?
I just get attacked by it.
Let's see. Advice for you.
No, you're not finished yet. Go ahead.
Oh, I think that was it. She's saying like keep doing what I do best. And it's like seeing the best in people, kind of like you as well, but not stealing your thunder. Carrying people really, really high. Like you can do this. I believe in you. I like light stuff up within people, and you take the bad stuff out of people. So we're a good mix. We're a good match. I feel like that's it for me. For you, what I heard when you said something was like, don't sell yourself short. Don't second guess yourself. It's like, I don't know if this is literal or just a saying. When we're about to say something and we say, like, no, that sounds stupid. I'm gonna look stupid. I'm a stupid person. She's saying, like, no, honey, don't say words like that of, oh, not me. For you, it feels like she's going like that, you know, like speak, speak and say stuff when you want to say stuff. Speak up when you want to speak up. That you're important too. And she hopes that you can one day see all the good that you're doing in the world. You get hit down a lot, and a lot of things revert you back to when you were younger or when you didn't know anything. When people told you or made you think that you didn't know anything. And advice for us. She's showing me like locking arms and like skipping and stuff, and like keep kind of like taking on the world. Do this when you want to do this, go over here when you want to go over here, explore this when you want to do that. Don't feel that we have to be like destined for one thing, which is kind of calling me out of like, don't get overwhelmed by this psychic stuff. Like, that's not your life. That you're to help like bring me back of not everything, is something that we have to investigate or to tap into it. I'm telling her that story when you said something. Oh, we heard Freddy Krueger on the TV, and I was like, oh, let's tap into Freddy Krueger. Not everything in life needs to be like, let's use our abilities on it. It felt like that was like an ego thing that was going to get in the way of like just having fun, me making like a job out of fun stuff. Sorry.
You're fine.
Sorry for doing that in the past and whenever. But most of the stuff that she has to say for us, it's like, we're going to figure it out.
Yeah, of course.
Mm-hmm. I feel like there's questions that we should ask her about her life, but she's so like not attached to her human life and what she did and things like that. She's doing a lot of helping and light working on the other side.
Elephant in the room. I have one good question for. Was all of the information in the Conjuring movies real?
Oh, she tapped on that. So it felt like yes and no. That yes, she like there was books and documents and paperwork of things that needed to be done and the way that things are and the way that things look like and the way that you do things, but for like the scared tactic factor that they did twist some stuff, for example, of like evil demonic possessions and stuff. That they kind of took an idea and ran with it to make it scary, to make you think that humans are not very, very powerful, but it feels like the whole storylines and what kind of happened and what was said was true. But it feels like the visuals and stuff where that came in was no, but okay. Like, I understand you have to make a movie, but no. And she's also saying that there's a lot of things that aren't as scary. Hold on. My cat's licking. All right. So she was saying that like they like juiced up the scary movies and stuff to make it to their liking, but there's some things that were so terrifying that they couldn't even like dream of, that they couldn't even like dream about, that they couldn't even, you know what I'm trying to say, like mock up. So it's okay. It feels like yes and no. The big main stuff, yes. The little silly stuff, no. And the little silly stuff is like how these things wanted to like attack people and hurt people and latch on to people.
Mm-hmm.
Anything else?
What about you? I've been asking all of the questions.
I'm doing a lot of stuff in my head.
Huh?
I'm doing a lot of stuff in my head. I'm asking a lot of questions too.
Are you asking the questions out loud or in your head though, Jamie?
Well, both. And if it's anything interesting, then I say it. Let me see what kind of questions. Advice. She thinks that we should do ghost hunter work in the future. Yes or no? She's saying to definitely don't make it our main primary focus. It feels like years and years and years. Yeah, maybe, but it's nothing that we would really need to focus or get stressed out about starting now. Because I was kind of like, oh shit, I got a lot of stuff that I plan to be doing on my calendar, and I don't know if I want to be doing that. So I felt like she was citing me with that answer of like,
okay, and that's okay. And I got a question for her. How come when you were talking to her here, how come she really liked me so much, like she knew me and stuff like that? That's what's been not irritating, but that's what's been like on my mind a lot. Like why? Like why is she so fond of me?
It just felt like she just liked you. Because she sees you, because she understands you, because there's a lot of innocence that you have, and you beat yourself up, and you have had like other people in the past beat you up for, um, just because you've only been wanting to like help and make people happy, and you've been misunderstood for a lot of that. It's nothing to like diminish you or make you feel bad. It just felt that she would have been someone that you could have talked to, and she would have listened to you, and she would have believed in you, and she would have, not treated you like you were a nobody. um, it's not that she, hangs around you or has been with you, but she's saying like, when you meet someone who is like akin to your soul or kind of similar to your soul, you see them, you get them, you understand them, you want to be there for them, you want to talk to them, you want to help them. She's saying like, that's all it was.
That's so sweet.
It's funny. I was kind of like, what about me? And it feels like I'm not really attached to having a relationship. Um, that I talk to a lot of really, really great, amazing people all the time, is her words, wasn't my words. And that it's okay.
I'm more important, bitch.
You are.
You've had your
You're
chair now.
very important. um, it feels like she wants me to take my like protecting myself more serious. She's saying, just did this 5 minutes ago. After readings, instead of saging, clearing the space, clearing the house, I really just wave sometimes, like, bye, thank you.
Mhm.
And she's mentioning like that person that was in this room, how it's good that I don't get attached to getting scared. Like this person that was in this room for a few nights, I was like, oh my God, you were crazy. I'm not doing anything. It's like 3 o'clock in the morning. And it's good for me to not get freaked out about that because they didn't stay and they won't stay. But I do need to like bless the room and stuff. I don't want to tell the world how much like I don't.
Mhm. Get your Bible out, Jamie.
um yeah, I'm gonna believe in like objects and stuff more, like things that have been blessed.
Mhm.
She's
It's
showing me like what?
a big step for you.
She's showing me like sigils, like protection stuff that in her house she had like something on her windows. Oh, that's like my tattoo.
Mm-hmm.
Um, she agrees with you of like not doing readings in my home, but I'm just, well, that's like mind blowing to her. I guess that's it. If you feel good.
Okay, one more thing. When you tell me I have like a witchy vibe, like witchy magic, do I really have magic, Lorraine?
Oh, my cat's throwing up.
Mm.
Oh, it's okay, baby. Or trying to throw up or do whatever she does.
She's always there of a
Okay, sweetie. All right, let's tap into that. It feels like through your learning and growing, you go through a lot of different phases. Yes, you do have like witchy, warlocky energy, but it's kind of different in the way that it's more magical, that it's more shifted. It's kind of like when I talk about that manifesting thing, that it just turned into something else. So whatever makes you feel like really, really happy and really, really empowered, that you're special, that you're important, that you're somebody, and that you can like make a difference with a lot of people. Um, it's like, yeah, you have that if that's what you need to hear, want to hear, to know how important you are. When she says that, I like the other way that she worded that, of like how much you can make a difference, how much you can help. So it's not, oh, you're so important, you're so special, because everyone's important and special, but you specifically, need to hear these reminders so you know how much of a difference that you can do and will make for other people.
I think I'm done. I
Okay.
appreciate
Yeah. I like her. She's very mothery, but not judgy.
Stick around, Lorraine, please.
She wants you to know that you hold the power to make things go away when you feel uncomfortable, to tap into things, and like you have control. So don't ever feel powerless that you have to settle with a yuck entity or a bad feeling or like something in your house. She's saying, like, for you specifically, when you share walls, that there's no kind of like force field of someone else's energy just coming into your living room, you know. So it'd be helpful for you to kind of just say those intention stuff of like, this is a, you know, a house of love or a house of God, or, you know, only good stuff happens here. Only good stuff's like allowed to be here. And I'm going to look up that symbol because she's showing me like a green book that has that symbol. It looks like, I don't know what it looks like. It's like an and sign with like a square around it.
Like the charm book?
I don't know.
Is the 3 dots connected?
There's 4. Yeah, I think it's just like a protection safety thing. Okay, I'm getting tired.
Me too.
How are you? How are you feeling? How was that?
I'm feeling better than what we normally talk to. Like not trying to feel more uplifted.
Was he bored in murderers? I'm gonna tell her thank you. Thank you for being with us, speaking with us.
Thank you, Lorraine.
That was funny in the beginning. I was like, oh God. I mean, not oh God, but I thought we were gonna be talking like her and her husband because I felt like they weren't leaving each other.
We'll talk to him one other podcast. That's if you allow me to come on your podcast. Since you fired me from like podcast and then like being your assistant.
And fire you quit.
Exactly, I did quit. You can't fire somebody that did quit before you said you fired.
Yeah. You quit because you cared too much about people saying mean stuff.
I quit because you was controlling.
You asked people if they wanted a psycho reading.
Well, I can't help it that my phone had a misspelling.
Autocorrect. It's all good now.
Used to say, join my psycho readings.
That's what they were. But it's all good now. I'm happy to have you on this podcast episode.
You can change.
What?
Change the name.
No, I just created a new one. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching if you're watching this on YouTube. And we hope you guys have a good rest of your day. If you want to follow William, he is on the different social medias. I'll add his little things in the description.
Yay.
And yeah, you guys know everything else. If you ever want a reading or something from me, you know where to contact me. And I hope you have a good rest of your day.
Thank you, everyone. Hopefully you have a wonderful day and a wonderful week. Thank you for joining us, the Psychic Life with Jamie and Will. Bye, guys.